Good morning, folks. How are you? Dave Lure here from Elite Body Shop Solutions. It's Motivation Monday. Thanks for joining me. You'd never believe what happened to me this weekend. I let my saw get dull. That's right. I wasn't feeling good at all, and instead of getting all those important projects that I was looking forward to getting done over the weekend, writing content for you guys, things like that. Wasn't feeling it, man. And I let my immune system get down, not feeling very good, and ended up sitting on the couch, watching TV, watching movies and things of that nature. Wasn't very productive, but sometimes we just need to let our body rest when we're going a million miles an hour. So today's message for Motivation Monday is you got to sharpen that saw. You got to take the time to sharpen the saw so that you can be more productive in your life. So that is my message today. So I want to tell you about the story. Maybe some of you heard this story maybe growing up. Did you ever hear the story of the woodcutter? So the woodcutter was trained to saw down a tree. A young man happened by and was watching and says, "What are you doing?" "Are you blind?" the woodcutter replied. "I'm cutting down this tree." The young man was unabashed. "You look exhausted," he said. "Take a break. Sharpen your saw." The woodcutter explained to the young man that he had been sawing for hours and did not have time to take a break. The young man pushed back. "If you sharpen the saw, you would cut down the tree much faster." The woodcutter then said, "I don't have time to sharpen the saw. Don't you see I'm too busy?" Right? So how many times do we feel this? Or maybe we hear this from other people in life. We're too busy to stop and sharpen the saw. And this is a big problem with a lot of people, especially in the collision industry, where we work so hard every day, and sometimes we're not always working on the most important things, but you're working hard, right? So no wonder so many people, especially in the collision industry, you get burnt out, right? You get burnt out, and you know why? Because you don't stop to smell the roses along the way. You don't get re-energized from time to time. Right. So some of the most productive people, there was a study done by a guy that I follow online named Brendan Bouchard, who did a massive study on the most productive people in the world. They take a short break, right? Sometimes they'll get up, stretch, maybe go grab a cup of coffee every 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes. You've got to take a little break, right? If you can come anywhere close to that, maybe an hour. Use your cell phone, set a timer, but you got to get up and move around a little bit every, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. If you can get close to that, you're going to be much better off, right? So let me break this down for you, what I mean by sharpening the saw, because there's several different ways to go about sharpening the saw. So first of all, we've got our body, right? So why I wasn't feeling very good over the weekend is because I wasn't respecting my body. I didn't get the kind of rest that I needed. That means getting exercise every day, eating right, and getting plenty of sleep, right? Some people don't get enough sleep. And then there's the mind. Number two, you've got to sharpen the saw with your mind. So what does that mean exactly? That means discovering smarter ways to do your work, to take the time to sharpen the saw, to learn new things so that you can do your work better and more efficient, right? So what do you think of that? Leave some comments below. How can you be smarter about the work that you do each day in and out, right? So I'm talking about reading, I'm talking about writing, any kind of education that you can get to make your life more productive and less stressful is a way of sharpening the saw. But you got to make time to do that. Okay. How about number three, heart, right? You got to sharpen the saw when it comes to your heart. And that means taking the time to build stronger relationships, taking time to serve others, right? To go out and do neat things for other people. That's so important to sharpening the saw, to laugh, to love, and then there's a fourth one. You've got to take time to sharpen the saw when it comes to your soul. That's right, right? You've got to take time to invigorate your spirituality. So for some people, that means meditating. For others, it's journaling or saying a prayer or watching or listening to good quality media, whether that's a podcast or whether it's a video or a television show that's inspiring. It's okay to do that stuff once in a while to sharpen your saw. So sharpening your saw means take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your heart, take care of your soul, right? Now, my advice becomes even more important at my age, right? Because when you get to become my age, you kind of realize that you have a realization of mortality. So I always find myself become very motivated by mortality. And so sometimes we have a tendency, or I do at least, to always be charging towards my goals. And sometimes I've got to take my own advice and just slow it down. Enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy the journey. Take the time to learn and get better at my craft. And that's what I'm asking you guys to do this week. So go out there. Ann, it's great to see you. Everybody, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next Monday, whether I feel like it or not, at Motivation Monday. Thanks for joining me. I sure appreciate you guys. And be sure to like and share this message if you think of any of your friends that could benefit from hearing it. Thanks again.